Assalamu alaikum guys, this is Sam and welcome back to another video with me here at Sam of Somalia. I hope you're all well. Today, very beautiful day here in Cornwall today. There's a very nice Monday. I'll show you actually, I'll show you. Look, very nice. We've got very nice weather today. You might even be able to see the sea if I can get you high enough. Right down there. Yeah, so we've got a very beautiful day here in Cornwall. But I thought I'd use this Monday to talk to you guys about this new playlist that I'm doing for you guys. Yeah, like any of you guys who watched my video, my New Year's video, when we were sort of saying Nabadgilio to 2016 and Subah Wanaksem to 2017, there's a playlist that I have in mind, like a Somali history playlist, and I think it's probably one of the most important playlists ever. You know, not because I'm good at history, because I'm not particularly. I love reading around history and stuff, and like especially around Somali history. But most of you guys know that language is kind of my thing. Like I most like learning languages, and this channel is obviously around my journey to learning Somali specifically, rather than Somali culture stuff and history stuff. But I think it's really important because something that I've noticed among Somalis generally, like the Somalis that I've met here in the UK, is that people often talk as if Somali history starts in 1991. Like people, when they think about being Somali and what it means back home and stuff, people often talk about like what Somali used to be and stuff, as if it's just not that now, and it's as if all Somali history, all of the things that made Somalia so great and actually like a world power in trade, finished in 1991. That's kind of like what really happened, and that's just really sad. So I wanted to bring you guys through into my computer, through into my office. I say my office, it's my son's room, but I got a computer in there, so it's an office now. And we're gonna have a little read through a journey, some travel writing by an Arab writer from 1300s ish, like early 1300s. He was traveling, and his name is Ibn Battutah. And the entire collection is called the Rihla, the Journey of Ibn Battutah. Ibn Battutah and I, we go way back, actually. Like I actually wrote my dissertation when I was at Al-Najah University in Palestine on another writer called Ibn Jubayr. He was travelling a couple of hundred years before Ibn Battutah, but having been on some journeys and stuff myself, like I really love the Rihla literature, the travel literature and stuff. And Ibn Battutah, those of you who don't know about him, he was about 22, and he was from Morocco, like what is modern day Morocco, and he basically had the most amazing life ever. He travelled from his home in Morocco pretty much around the entire Muslim world, and went as far as China, went to India, stopped off in some islands on the Indian Ocean. He was a big ladies' man. He got all the women and stuff, and he basically had the most amazing life ever, travelled around the world and stuff, and one of the places where he comes to is the Horn of Africa. And it is really interesting to look at what language he uses and stuff, like in the Arabic, and obviously he's not a scholar of Somalia. Yeah, like he doesn't speak Somali, he doesn't claim to have any authority and like knowledge of Somali ethnicity, and there's absolutely no reference to like Qabilas or anything like that, like all the sort of discourse that goes around today. There's no reference to that at all. So what I wanted to do, I'm going to bring you through. I'm going to go for a little walk through into the other room. We're going to get it up on my computer. I did have the actual book. I bought it when I was in Palestine, but I've given it away now. But no problem though, because I have it on my computer. So no problem over here. Good. So as you know, this is where I usually sit. This is where I usually do my intro. I'm usually sitting here. This is where I start. Assalamu alaikum guys. This is Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, this is where I usually am. So let's get into it. Bismillah. So, where did he come from? The first thing, like when he comes to Somalia, he's previously been in Yemen. So at the beginning he says, وَسَافَرْتُ إِلَى مَدِينَةِ عَدٍ. He says سَافَرْتُ مِنْ مَدِينَةِ عَدٍ. So he came from the city of Aden. في بحر 4 أيام ووصلت إلى مدينة زيلع. So there's this place called Zayla. He says like we came from Aden. And we travelled 4 days. We travelled 4 days by sea, and we arrived in a city called Zayla. So Zayla is still considered like the Horn of Africa, but it's right at the top. Like it's where you would expect someone coming from Yemen to sort of end up. The port of Zayla, and even Zayla was a place of commerce, and there was a huge port there that would export to, Arabia and all around, kind of facilitating this Indian Ocean trade that was going on at the time. He arrived in like 1332, I think. I saw that on Wikipedia. Yeah, I did check the Wikipedia, and then I went straight into the Rihla to see, what is actually said in Arabic and stuff. So the thing that I really, really wanted to bring attention to was how Ibn Battuta respects Somalia as being a hub of trade and business. We have a brother over on there's a YouTube channel called Puntait Port. There's a brother over there who I've subscribed to his channel, and he's in Hong Kong at the moment. He's a Somali. He's in Hong Kong. I watch his videos mostly because he speaks Somali a lot in them, and I pick up bits of Somali from it. And he talks about how important a part of Somali history it is to be to be a merchant, to have amazing relationships with countries across Asia, and to use those to facilitate trade. So, and that is something that's going on in this time. That's something that's going on in this time, and it's nobody's thinking about some of the negativities around the country of Somalia that people think about today. So what else is he saying? The thing that I found really, really interesting is this is a little bit. It's not really relevant to trade and stuff, but we go on to the second page. And when he's talking about the Sultan, he says, وَإِسْمُهُ Abu Bakr ibn Sheikh Umar. So that was his name. That's the name of the Sultan who was in power at that time. And everything. So when he comes from Zayla, he comes round Geeska Africa and comes down to Mogadishu, and he refers to Mogadishu it's almost like Mogadishu is the city where he is, and it's the place that he knows and stuff. And he even refers to the language as Mogadishi. Yeah, وكلامه مقديشي sorry ويعرف لسان العربي. So he knows the Mogadishu language, yeah, which is Somali, yeah, Mogadishu is Somali, but Somali isn't just Mogadishu, obviously, and he speaks Arabic. So even back then, there's a culture among the Somalis of speaking Arabic, probably for trade and facilitates religious reasons and stuff too. But the majority of this video, really, I wanted to kind of give you guys an introduction to this playlist, really, and just say, look, there's so many things that are available like this, or works in translation like this, that raise awareness of a history way before 1991. Most stuff on my channel, really. I've never really talked about much in Somalia post 1991, really, because people just forget, don't they? In universities and stuff, when you study Somali history, it's all about I went to a university that have a Somali department and stuff, and loads of the readings and the modules and stuff that people can take are all around displacement of Somali people, Somalis in Kenya, Somalis in Yemen, Somalis in the Netherlands or whatever, and there's very, very little focus on the history of Somali being great, and that's just appalling, really, to be honest. So if there is anything that I can use this humble little channel for, then it'll be raising awareness for things like that I think are so good and so powerful. So if you enjoyed this video, and I sincerely hope you did, then don't forget to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.